actually, I had a request for a picture of my Moog lookalike rack. I thought it was easier to do a bit of a walkthrough. So if I, sorry for the wobbly camera work, we're going to be going through it. So if I pull back, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, currently got about 5 rows, cabinets made of old mahogany from disused antique furniture. So I'll start on the bottom row. Basically that's the equivalent of a Moog console row. So we have 3 combinations of control voltages and either CP3 or CP3A mixer. So control voltages and CP3 mixer, another control voltages and CP3 mixer, and I'll skip a module, and then control voltages and CP3A. Between them is my 951 module, which is basically emulating things like the glide range, well, the glide range and scale out of the Moog keyboards. So we'll then go past the CP3A. I've got a standard Behringer 923 filters, AM Synth's original 905 reverb unit. I did that as a swap with AM Synths. I suspect that's his prototype module, which is now replaced by slightly more flexible. And then a 984 4-channel mixer. That is an AM Synth PCB, but with my own panel on it. Okay, and a blank at the end. So I'll now go to the next row up. Hopefully nobody feels seasick. So what we got here is 2 banks of a 901A oscillator controller with 3 901B oscillators. So there's the first one. And then there's the second one, and next to that, like we had the 951 interface, this is the 952, which is a 2-channel interface, again offering portamento scale and range controls for the 901A and Bs we've just passed. We've then got a 901A oscillator. Only difference to the Moog version is it's got a pulse width input and a mix output on it. Then a standard Behringer 921, then a standard Behringer 995 attenuators, then another Behringer 921, oops, sorry, it's a bit wobbly, then another one of my own 901s. One of the 901s uses the CA3019 diode array, the other one uses discrete diodes, just to see how it worked. Then a 904C output stage, which basically amplifies the waveforms and also gives you center positive or negative going pulse waveforms. CP3A mixer, CP3A mixer, and Behringer multiples. Okay, going up next cabinet, Behringer 914, standalone 992 control voltages, my own, not Behringer's. Behringer 904A low pass filter, my 904C filter coupler in the middle. The focus has gone off slightly, apologies for that. Then a 904B, then another 904A, but this has the AM Synths daughter board with improved accuracy capacitors on it. Multiples, 2 Behringer 902 VCAs, 2 of my 911 plus envelope generators, which basically are PIC-based digital emulations of the 911. 3 more 902s. We're now into sort of a standard Moog configuration here. 3 902 VCAs, AMSynth's 993 trigger and envelope switching, 911 envelope generator, 911A trigger delay, and 2 more 911 envelope generators. So now we go up to the next cabinet, which is basically trying to be a bit of a Moog complement D sequencer cabinet. So I'll go from opposite direction, left to right. First, sorry, right to left. First we got an interloper, 2 HP quantizer, because I'm rubbish at adjusting the pots and it's only 2 HP, and more importantly, it's black. Then the Behringer sequential switch, Behringer sequential controller, Behringer 961 interface, this time a Pico quantizer, again Small, fairly discreet, and importantly black. Another 962 sequential switch, 6 HP of blanking panel, another 960 sequential controller, and the 964 triggered controller, aka the one-step sequencer, which I've noted that AM Synth is now doing. And the last cabinet, which is the latest one on top, is a bit of a mixture. So my Teensy based emulation of the 1630 frequency shifter, 1125 sample and hold controller, which is basically just a Eurorack version of the Moog accessory, but with the addition of stop and start and external input jacks. My Polymoog resonator with a Behringer System 55 lookalike panel. Now we start coming into the experimental stuff. A 902 VCA. Oh, yeah, focus has gone again. And next to it, on its right, a 902A, which is the early bandpass filter adapter, which is sort of working, but is not perfect. So still playing with that one. Another sequential switch, just because I got one cheap. 966 dual voltage source, +6 and -6 references. My latest module, which is 6401 Moog Bode ring modulator, which is a passive diode transformer ring modulator with input and output amplifiers and squelch, aka noise gate circuit. A couple of things just taking up space at the moment. Zero scope, ACX synth MIDI to CV, because I haven't got my MIDI to CV sorted out for this yet. Sutton top, waiting to find a new home. 99A reversible attenuators, and down the side, still being debugged, still haven't managed to get it working reliably, the 912 envelope follower. So that, and sorry for the slightly out of focus and the wobbliness, is my Moog lookalike rack.